Shalom. Before I begin this video, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rakha Kodash. Also, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that continue to rule very well to this very day, that is feeding the flock through the Spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. And also, Shalom to the whole elect that's laboring this work as well. Giving your diligence to make your calling, election sure, in faith, in truth and sincerity, and also in all charity. Now, this is going to be a quick video. This comes to you through the inspiration of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai, and I'm going to entitle this video as Pray That Your Flight Be Not in the Winter. Okay? Pray that your flight be not in the winter. Okay? Which, we touched up on it, just a little bit at the camp, when had us the brothers here in Birmingham with the Nashville camp and the Elder War from the Mississippi camp. We lightly touched up on the topic of, the wintertime. And, now we're in the time to where, things are starting to cool off. But at the same time, we know it's the end of summer, because summertime is where things are lively. Okay, things are alive. The animals are lively. The plants are budding, sprouting, and everything's alive, man. All right. It's bright sunny days. But when the seasons change, and then you coming into fall and winter, into the fall season and the winter season, all right, that's when things start to turn. Okay, it goes from everything that's lively and everything that's alive to things dying. All right, the plants are not living during that time. Also the trees, they lose their leaves, they lose their strength during the wintertime. All right. And that's why, I got this picture of trees in the wintertime. All right. And especially when you observe, things that are in the, at the near the end of the fall season and going into the wintertime, it's an eerie feeling. All right. There's eeriness when it comes to the wintertime. OK, so that's why Yahushua made that statement, which a lot of people gloss over, saying, pray not your flight be in the winter. OK, because during the wintertime, that's when things that's when wickedness is at its height. All right. And this is the time to where things are more, things are more inept, for lack of a better term, or the things are more inclined to go to the left-hand side. When I say that, I'm talking about, during this time, during the fall season, going into the winter time, is nothing but demonic holidays. Okay, New Year's, Christmas, Thanksgiving, especially Halloween, man, which is the highest demonic holiday there is. They're all the same. They're all demonic, but Halloween, that's the height of it, man. Okay, that's when these people go crazy, man. Okay, demons are festering. So that's why we go into the topic of Yahushua when he was born. All right, in which we know full well that Yahushua wasn't born in the dead of winter. Okay, these people believe that Yahushua, who these people inwardly call Jesus, they believe that he was born in the wintertime. Man, no, he wasn't born in the wintertime, man. All right, he was born during the spring. That's when the spring is when everything starts to become alive again. Okay, and there's also other accounts in the scriptures that tell you when Yahushua was born or what season he was born in. But they use the excuse that Yahushua was born on Christmas Day, and they use that to, especially these Christians, man. All right, they use that as a springboard and an excuse to participate in that folly. All right, but I'm gonna go ahead and jump into the precepts I have here. This is Matthew chapter 24, and I'm gonna start at let's see. I'm starting at verse 17. All right, because this is going into the time to when hell starts to come upon our people. That's you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, which are primarily make up the nation of Israel. Okay, it says, let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house. Neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. All right. So, and also reading on at verse 19, and woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. All right. Now that happened during the time of 70 AD, when the Romans came down with fury on the nation of Israel and revolted against them, and it was an uprising against the nation of Israel during that time. Okay, and guess what? It's going to happen once again. The same scenario that happened during the time in that time period is going to happen once again to the nation of Israel. It's going to happen again to you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay, these Edomites, which are the Edom, or the Edomites, are the true biblical nationality of the so-called white man. He's going to come down with great fury and great wrath upon our people. Okay, so this is another reason why the Lord, it said in verse 9, or starting from verse 16 all the way down to verse 20, about, being prepared for that day. Okay, because at verse 19, it says, woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. All right. It's not the time to have children, man. All right. In this time now, yeah, we have our families, we have children now. But, if you come into the truth and you don't have any children, then we highly advise you not to have any, man. OK. Why? Because that's going to become your more than likely is going to become your liability. Either it's going to become your liability, or that's going to be your temptation, because they're going to use your son or daughter against you. All right. To usher in, or to make you take the chip. All right. And the care for that son and daughter is going to hit you hard, man. So it's in your best interest, not to have children if you don't have any. All right. Verse 20 says, but pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. See that? So it said, pray ye that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. Okay. Because when he said that, pray that your flight be not in the winter, again, that's the time that we're coming into, man. All right. It said, pray ye that your flight be not in the winter. And also as well, again, like the Ak was going into at the camp concerning the winter. Right. The winter is at the peak of wickedness, because everything is dead. All right. Especially as well, man. And when you read this scripture, it also applies to the time of martial law. OK, because at any point they can enact martial law, and it can be in the dead of winter. All right. Now, really, the winter time is a true test of your fortitude. OK, even the so-called Native American Indians, when they go through the winter time, that's a true test of manhood. OK, if you survive the winter, then you're a man. All right. You become a man at that point. All right. Verse 21 says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time. No, nor ever shall be. OK, so it's going to be great tribulation. That's Jacob's trouble, pursuant to Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 7. OK, it's going to be a time of trouble since the actually, let me go ahead and grab it real quick. I believe it's in Daniel. Daniel, the 12th chapter. All right. Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. It says, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. All right. So this time of trouble that we're coming into is going to be nothing that we ever seen before. OK, 7 AD doesn't hold a candle to what we're about to go into. OK, this again is why Yahushua said, pray not your flight be in the winter, because this is going to be the height of the wickedness of the higher ups of Esau. Okay. Because once they reach that pinnacle and that point, all right, which is indicative to like the example we always use, how you all, when somebody climbs up to a mountain at the very top, all right, guess what the Lord's going to do? He's going to destroy him. All right, he's going to destroy his rulership and knock him off the mountain. All right, knock him off his throne. Okay. So again, it says, let's see, I'm going to read at the top again. It says, and at the time shall Michael stand up, the great prince will stand for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And what's that book? In the book of life. Okay. The names that are written. That is the elect of the nation of Israel. Those are the names that are written within the book of life. Okay. So at that same time, when the trouble arise, right? Slakia. When trouble arises, then at that same time, the people of the Lord are going to be delivered. Okay. Verse 2, it says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. All right. Because again, there's going to be a time of tribulation and temptations, man. Okay. So again, like I said at the beginning of the video, pray that your flight be not in the winter. All right. And actually, let me go back to it for just a moment because I want to look up a word real quick. Matthew 24. Just out of curiosity's sake, I want to pull up some word here in the Greek. Okay. So this is the word for flight in the Greek. It means phaig, okay, which literally means flight. Let's see what else it says. It says a fleeing or escape. Flight. All right. A fleeing or escape. Let's get the root word of that for just a moment. All right. So the root word of that word, all right, phaig, is fugo, which means to flee away, to seek safety by flight. Metaphor to flee. Something abhorrent. Say to be saved by flight, to escape safely out of danger. Poetically, to flee away or vanish. Okay. It says down further, it says to run away. By implication, to shun. And it also says by analogy, to vanish. Okay. In the spirit. So yeah, so it says, like I said, pray that your flight be not in the winter. So pray that you don't vanish in the winter. All right, that's what this really is going into. Okay. And yeah, also it does mean to flee, because right now the scripture is also indicative to the time of when Russia started to make their moves. And when I say that, I'm talking about World War III. Because the bear is starting to wake up, man. All right. And when a bear, or when you look into the nature of a bear sleeps during the winter. Okay. But when the spring comes and the summer springs up as well, that bear is awake and ready. Okay. So when the time comes, when winter hits its end and the spring comes forth and the spring starts to come forth, that's when the bear is going to awake, which is a representation of the Russian bear. And that's when America is going to be destroyed by way of World War III, by thermonuclear fire. Okay. But during the time of the winter, expect hardships. Because when you deal with winter, man, it's nothing but hardships, man. When you really think about it, and it's going all the way back to the so-called Native American Indians all the way up until now. When it comes to winter, it's always hardships, man. Okay, so expect hardships, turmoil, all right, danger on every side. And believe in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, because even the scriptures tell you there's no temptation taking you, right? Let me see if I can get it. I'm going to make this my last precept. Slack. All right, it's 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 13. It says, there hath no temptation taken you, but such as is common to man. But the Most High, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear it. See that? So temptation, that's common to man. All right. We all go through temptations. We're all in the flesh. But the Most High is faithful. Even the Most High is having faith in you, that you will not suffer, who will not allow you to suffer above that you're able to suffer. Okay. But he will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able to be tempted. Okay. But when that temptation comes, he's going to make a way to escape. Okay. Now, what he gives you, you have to take it. All right. It's whether by death or whether by another means. But whatever the Lord gives you, you got to accept it. All right. So with that, I'm going to close out on that note. Our Lord's will is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel. Till next time, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, Ba'Shem Ruach. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone that we will to this day, and also shalom, peace and safety, salutations to the whole elect that's laboring as well in his work, giving your diligence to make your calling and election sure, in faith, and in truth, and sincerity, and all charity. And with that, I'll say shalom.